Hello everybody and welcome back to the iOS Arcade, and today we are playing the title Gear.Club Stradale. I've been excited for this since they announced it at the Apple event. I just wanted a really good racing game that was, you know, not sim, but enough fun that it felt realistic and challenging enough that didn't require like power-ups. So for me, this game, I've done 5 days straight of it, I'll be honest with you, and it's amazing. So we'll have a look at it today at more the gameplay style and see if this is a game for you, but I will be doing future videos on more the elements of it so you can get to know what the villa is, how the races are, how to level up your club, because there are elements in this game that if you don't know the tips and tricks, you can go through it so slowly and it may become boring. But we'll talk more about that in a more technical video. Today, we're going to be playing the game so we can sort of see how it fares and why I think this game is worth downloading, let alone getting an Apple subscription for, if this is something that you are interested in. So, what we've got is the iPad Pro version. Sadly, at the moment, there's a little glitch. I think it's a graphical glitch. You get this looking screen if you play it on the Intel Macs. I'm not sure about the M1 Macs. But I'm getting a very purpley screen, hence why I'm playing on the iPad today. But apart from that, it's available on all platforms, and surprisingly, I've played it the most on the iPhone, which is very unusual for me as an Apple Arcade player. I normally play them mostly either on the iPad or the TV or the Mac. iPhone's normally the last one I go to, surprisingly, just because I like a bigger screen. But this game absolutely smashed it on the small screen, so that's one thing I'm already impressed by. So what we've got are two elements of the game. We've got the villa element, which is where your friends' cars are, where you buy cars and where you purchase cosmetic parts. This has a very good mobile feel to it, and I'll explain more about that once we've done a few of the races. And the second side of this game is the races, and this is basically where you earn the credits and you also level up. But there's a nice element of multiplayer to this game that I feel like I've not seen it anywhere else, and I think it's a really like happy style of play. I don't really know what the word would be to choose it. Like normally in a racing game, if your friend has a better car than you, it kind of like makes you want to get a better car than them, but this game actually does the opposite, but I don't want to spoil too much as we get into it. So we'll look at the villa side after we've done a few races, because I feel like that's more technical, and then once you've seen some of the race elements, then you might understand a little bit more, as if I do it backwards, it might confuse you. So we're going to go for the standard races, but there is a other mode here where it's almost like a daily challenge, and this is basically the competitive side of it, and this is the more team-friendly mode. But again, you can still be competitive in this, and that's what's fun. We've had some actual duels for the lead as well, but you don't really feel like you're not really at a competitive state there. So we've got some difficulties. However, I don't know whether it's because I play sim racing that I find all the difficulties just way too easy. If you play it without a controller, then yeah, the difficulties probably stand. But if you're on a controller and you have any esports or even just racing games experience, you'll probably find this game might be a little bit on the not easier side, but the difficulties don't really reflect how they would be for me anyway. So let us know in the comments below if you find this game a little bit too easy or easier than what it says it is. So and to prove that, I will show, what shall we do? The best ones are the races, but there we go. So this is a race on one of my favorite tracks as well. The tracks are okay. We'll talk more about when we get into it. But yeah, so you've got these modes. You've also got below where it says Peaceful Highway. I'm just trying to move it off there so you can see it. It also has the car performance, so 310 to 500 is the car performance. So you can upgrade cars, and obviously they fall in and out of that window depending on what the power is. So before I click onto this race, you'll see just above that you can see club members online, and there's me with my crown, which I'll talk about after, and then obviously we've got our other crew member in there as well. If they were online, when I click this here, it actually invites them to the game. Now these are the selection of cars we have. Now I said I've been playing this 5 days. It's been a bit of not a grind, but we have been going hard at it. Obviously these are my cars here, these three. And then we've got the two from the other member of the crew. And then obviously I've got my A-Bath down there, which is not eligible due to the fact that it's too low in the ratings. So now I like my cars. I think they're pretty cool, but I'm actually going to choose the BMW because this actually has a sort of a bonus for using your friend's car. And this is what I said about when they get a car, it's not like a rub in your face, oh, my car's better than yours. You actually get a bonus for using your friend's cars, whether they be online or not. So I can use my cars, and I've done them up, and I've got good colours. But I'm actually going to use this white BMW here. Or I could use the Alpha. Which one should we go for? Have a look at the power indication on that. So we got 397. Or let's just go for the Alpha. Why not choose the faster car? So, and we get a bonus. It doesn't matter where you finish in the race. You always get that bonus. So, and here we are. Now, there are a few comments on the App Store review saying that it is like the cars seem all very similar, and that is something I have noticed since I've read that comment. You'll notice there's 3 white 4Cs, and there's a black one at the front there. So, and actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's only one car, which is the Bentley, that's not, which isn't, an Alpha. So, right. So we're into the race. You do typically start at the back. I don't think I've ever started a race at the front. So, and as you can see, we're already in a slipstream train. And I'm trying to think which track. Oh yes, I know what track this one is. So it's quite like similar all the way around. You don't really have any iconic landmarks like you would in some racing games. So again, off the racing line here, and we've just got to try and get into the top 3. But this car is actually tuned, so surprisingly, I thought I'd be absolutely, whipping them now, and that's it now. I've sort of run away with the lead. But it gives me a great time to talk about some of the elements of the game. I think the driving line or racing line, whatever you want to call it, is really off. Like I'm full ham on the throttle here, letting off there just to get around the corner, but I'm not braking at all here. Still not braking. I was full throttle, using a bit of the understeer or oversteer to pull me around the corner. So, but as you can see, when we see a checkpoint in a minute, we'll actually see how far ahead we are. And bearing in mind, I think this one was a hard difficulty. And here we go. So we are currently 2 seconds ahead of them. So, and we've only just started the second lap. So we'll probably have a 5-second lead by the end of it. So, and the margin of error is very slim. The only thing I've noticed with this game is if you go on the dirt or the grassy sections, you are slower, which actually, is quite realistic, because sometimes I find that taking a dirty line across some dirty grass actually sometimes comes out quicker because it's a faster line. So it doesn't penalise you for that because this is an arcade title, but yeah, it's definitely an okay racing. I'm just trying to concentrate going around these corners. It's definitely a good challenger when you've got some cars that are into the battle, and there are tracks where you will be in contention of a 3-way fight at the front. But for this one, I just sort of knew. I know this track very well. We're just going around some of the Tuscany hills with those very nice tall trees, which are a very big common element of this game. We'll show you another map in a minute, which is more of a difficult track. There's more technique to it, and I sometimes ride across the wall because if you don't brake in the right place, you can have it go in your favour. But there we go, look, up the top there. I told you, 4 seconds, but I did go on the grass deliberately to show the car slowing down. So this is where we earn our personal benefits. So I get my coins to spend on parts and cars, well, actually mainly cars and cosmetic parts. Then we get our upgrades, so these allow us to upgrade our vehicle, which again we'll show you in the villa side of the map, or the villa side of the game. And then we've got our part, which is where you're building points up for the team, and this is all to go towards the club level, which again we'll talk more in detail at the end where we get to the villa side. So, but there we go. Look, you see shared car at the bottom. I got 250 extra points just for using a crew member's car or club member's car. Then it just refreshes and gives another race. You see, I might do the ghosted one. But trying to see which tracks they are, because I want to show a more impressive looking track. That one I think is a nice one. It's a 4 kilometer one. So, and I'll pick one of my cars this time. So again, 1 lap. So again, I was looking for the ones with the really tight chicanes on, but obviously they didn't. That's not offered to me as of yet. So here we go then. And of course, when you do time trials like what we're doing here, your friends can play as you are playing as well. So you see their ghost as well. And it can get quite entertaining because there's nothing you can do if they're in the lead apart from let them mess up. So there's, the fun of a time trial that isn't just singular, because most of the time you find time trial games, they are very single player, but this game has taken on the element of not doing that. So again, we got some tighter corners this time. Normally I'm actually on my PS5 controller, and I don't know whether I can just handle the cars better on that. I do like to kick my back end out from time to time. But again, look at that, we've already got a lead. This car is quite, I think it's stage 4 in the upgrades, so it is quite quick. But I don't know whether the Ghost has the exact same car. Again, there's not been much put out about this game in terms of the AI, and I hope to see some improvements in harder difficulties, or harder, there we go, proper wall ride there. Harder difficulties in the more controller element side, because I feel like I can do pinpoint accuracy in some of these corners. Especially kicking the back end out to, take a drift around the corner. So, and again, 70% done. The Ghost isn't as far away as I thought. Oh, right into the, oof. Yeah, that was good. I think I lost a lot of speed there, but, if you do follow the racing line, it can give you a better trajectory on the track, but I think I'm so used to playing racing games that I kind of like make my own racing line and decisions up. So, but there we go, 94%, and we won by, go on, 2 seconds. 1.9. So, but there we go. So again, and these events never run out. You can run out of upgrade parts, so these, not the money side of it, but these parts do run out. You don't, they have a daily allowance, but again, I played it like, I think it was like 3.5 hours straight with a friend, and we did run out. So, but they refresh every day, and you can see at the top right there, it says refreshes in 3 hours. And 16 minutes. And I think I've actually ran out of them, look, because you can see where it says hard and easy, it tells you what you're going to earn, and there is no silver ones, so I have actually ran out of those, and I haven't really played it too much today. So yeah, that's the more competitive area. I do want to bring videos in the future showing off some of the cooperative side of it, because it is quite a fun game when you're playing with your friends. This here is a challenge mode, and if I go into here, you can see who currently has the fastest lap of that track. And as you can see, I'm 3-1 here, and you get crowns, and then the ones who have the most crowns at the end of the week, as you can see I've got 11 currently, will be the icon with the crown. So that's why I have that. And you do earn like points to your club, so everyone playing helps build up the club's level, and that's what I like about this game, is like, I don't feel like I'm ever being competitive, because at the end of the day, everyone's a winner because you're all working together. Which brings me onto the villa side of it. Firstly, let's have a look at the villa. I think the interior of this is really nice. The music is probably my favourite part of this menu. Sometimes I just come in to listen because I don't know what it is. Maybe that genre of music is a bit of me. But yeah, I definitely certainly like coming in here just to hear the authentic sound of what I assume is Italian orchestra. The way the clubs work, and this is why I want to do more in-depth videos, because there's a lot you can talk about here, but it's quite boring when you're not after that information. But there are 2 members in this club. So basically there are 6 slots currently. I'm not too sure what this one is, because I'm not level 7 yet, and I'm excited to find out what that is. But because there are 6 slots and there are 2 members, it's given us 3 allocations each. So I can choose out of these 3 slots which one I would like my car to be. So like which cars I'd like to share. Because we know we've got the A-Bath, and I haven't put that on my roster of cars, which means my friends can't use it. And then obviously we've got the 3 down here. And this is where, surprisingly, I've played this game more. I seem to have slower cars. If we got over here, we've got a Nissan GTR. Obviously we've got the BMW, which we saw earlier. But the Nissan GTR is the fastest car I think I've seen in the shop for me. There is quite a few nice supercars as well. I thought the Bentley was quite nice. But yeah, so that you can share these with your friends, and that's what I like about it, is it doesn't force you into buying cars that you don't need because your friends already have them. If I choose my Bentley, for example, and do share a car, these are the choices I've got. Obviously that one's already up there, so is my Porsche. If I change this to the Abarth, you can see that the Abarth is now available for anyone in my club to use. But if I invite more people to the club, I'll only be able to share 2 cars, so that's where you've got to start thinking about, how many people you want in your club. And again, I'm going to do another video about clubs, because there's something you've got to think about joining public clubs and etc. The other side of it is purchasing. This is what I like about this game. So mobile games I like because they're mainly fresh. They keep the content fresh. And what this game does is it only releases 2 cars at random a day. And this isn't like for everyone. Like, your friends will have different cars here and they all come in different colours. And basically you can tap onto a car, and if you'd like to buy it, you can. And they are viewable in 3D. And of course, if you share this to your garage and into your club, then your friends will be able to use it as well. I really like this. I feel like I wake up some mornings, especially when I've been playing this, just to check the car garage. I just want to know what's available, and that really, motivates me to play this game more. And with no transactions and no like microtransactions, it really makes the game quite enjoyable to feel like actually earning everything isn't costing my wallet anything. The other side of it, and you can switch between the menus. If I just go back, you'll see that I went into purchase cosmetics. I wish there was 2 here, because I do like customizing my cars. I'm a man of changing bits and bobs, and I used to do it on real cars. So like, to me, this is like a good part of the game. And again, normally I have more than one option unlocked. I think it's down to the car type, but sometimes I've had 3 to 4 unlocked. And these elements allow you to change the way the car looks. So if I back out of that now and go to the upgrade side, you can actually come into here, and if I choose my Bentley, so let's go to the cosmetics side, and if I choose the Bentley and I go to bumper, you can see the part that I've already bought, and I actually don't have it installed for some reason, so I can install that on there now. And anyone who else has a Bentley in your club would also have those parts as well, and any parts that they buy. So you can see there's almost like an ecosystem on the game itself of, promoting you and your friends to play, to earn races, to earn cars, to earn cosmetic parts, and also playing levels up your garage. So, but that is, I'm trying to do a whistle-top tour of this game. It is quite simple, and I know it's very simple. The concept's very easy. It can seem quite repetitive, but playing it with friends really makes a difference. Just make sure that they're in your club, because I feel like it makes a massive difference to be playing in a club. So, and start earning some of these daily achievements. But yeah, that is what I call the whistle-top tour of the island of the Tuscany island of playing Gear.Club. This, of course, available on all Apple platforms, and it smashed it out the park. Apple didn't really sell it at their event, but I knew when I saw the style of game and how it reminded me of Test Drive Unlimited 2, which I think the developers have some doings in that game, it was just a massive tick box for me. So yeah, let us know what you think of the game below. I'm going to do some more videos about it, mainly more of a technical video to talk about some of the other options of the game and how to, utilize and maximize leveling up and things. So, but thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope to see you in another video.